short-term future is to compete this year. I want to do three or, if possible, four shows. That would be amazing for me. Let's see how everything goes after the first show, but I'm very confident that I will be very careful with my workouts and all of that to don't cause any injuries and continue training this year and compete this year. And then I'm pretty aware also that I will retire pretty soon because these problems of my knees, and because now I want to dedicate more time to my daughter. She likes to swim, and she needs my support. And also I want to build a bigger business, attend more clients, help more people through my experience of um, because there are many people that of course wants to be on shape and already goes to the gym, but I don't have any results. So I would like to dedicate more time to help more clients. And I don't know, maybe probably compete 2 years more. And I really would love to qualify for the Olympia. Absolutely, that's the dream of every single bodybuilder. um, and I will keep trying. And I really am confident with Gina and everybody that we can do it. And that's my plan in bodybuilding.
That's good. That's a good plan to have. You want to, be as long as you feel like you want to stay in this sport, and then again, spend more time with your family, build your business. Because the thing is that not everybody, you know, bodybuilding is not as lucrative of a sport compared to others where you can make a living off of. You can, there's a whole handful of people like Andrea or, just one guy, Andrew Jack, who just won the Arnold Classic and the UK show, the Arnold UK. He made $1 million off of two shows, but that's harder for women to get that much money. You have to do maybe a lot of shows and win first place every single time, and that will be enough. Um,
Yeah,
Shout out to that
yeah, yeah.
man. Nadosi says this is, does she have any other goals for the future besides bodybuilding? Well, she mentioned that she's gonna, she wants to expand her business, and
Yeah,
because she's a
that's my
coach and a
main
trainer.
goal at this time,
Yeah,
to build and grow my business. Yeah.
yeah, and you've been doing this for quite some time, and also there's always room for women in the sport as coaches and trainers. And I think like what Gina and what Hella and what Irene's doing, because some again we go back to this, some men don't understand the aspects of what it is for a woman, and also like your last show, you did the Cool Owl show. What was the feedback from the judges? What did you get from that show? It was a pretty good show. Shout out to Corey, who was the promoter of
Oh,
that show.
that's a great question. That's a great question because through all these years, believe it or not, all these years, sometimes you don't have very clear what the judges have. Even when in my case, particular case, I have competing several times, and sometimes I feel like I have gotten a very good condition. And then one day I remember I competed in women's physique in St. Louis Pro, and I placed it the last place, and my condition was amazing. At that time is I hired a very expensive coach here, and you may feel very disappointed after spending all that money, all that time, all that effort, and placed the last one. And I didn't feel that I looked so bad, uh, and I didn't ask for the feedback in that time. But you gotta be confused between shows because you do this, and then the judges tell you something, and then another judges tell you all something different. So you got sometimes confused, and I do confess that I felt like that all the past years. But last year I had the opportunity to talk with one of the judges at Vancouver. He is actually the he's a very good judge, in my opinion. He is actually the person that is running the federation or the association. I don't know, in Canada. He's a senior man, um, and I approached to him and my husband too, and so we were trying to understand what happened during the show. In my case, because the main judge, when I approached to him, he his feedback for me was like, you need more condition. We want to see the separation between the glutes and the hamstrings. And so I was a little bit of confused because the winner in that show was really not showing that. It was actually the softer of all of the girls that we compete in that show. And so I was thinking like, I don't understand that, but you don't cannot go and argue with a judge, you know. So then I approached to this other judge that is from Canada, and then he explained me with more passions what happens. So what happens is there are different structures. So there are some structures that, let's say, like Andra Shaw, like Ashley Jones, like Celica, right? Or like I don't know, just to mention some amazing structures that are already gift. You know, they are symmetrical, they are big, they are hard, they got the condition, they have everything. They have a very beautiful flow naturally. Of course, they have to work hard to show and to build and everything, but they already have the structure that bodybuilding likes or that is for bodybuilding. But in the case that of people like me that we don't have that structure, so what they say is these structures are already gift that are beautiful that have that natural flow. When they arrive, then they are soft and they don't have that condition, but they have that symmetry and then have that beautiful flow. Then the judges give them more the points more. But in the case of structures that you like yours, that you don't have all that flow and that structure like that, then you don't allow or you cannot allow yourself to show in some not condition. You have to arrive hard. You have to arrive with all the condition, the separation, the striations on the glutes, the separation on the hamstrings, and everything, because that's going to give you the points versus someone that has already the structure. So then I understood why they judge that way, that particular show, and what I have to do. Right. So for me, of course, I know my limitations, and I work on them, but I always have to show a very good condition. So I have cleared very clear that part. And it was very useful for me that feedback because he explained me in a very good way, and yeah, I just got it.
Yeah, don't mind me. I got Neva's playing music real loud right now. But yeah, that's the thing is that everybody's body's different. Like if you look at the last show that Ashley done, that was the
Steve Carr.
Steve Carr. She looked, I mean, she looked really
Yeah,
good, and
incredible.
she really came up from taking third place. Then you look at divisions how they're evolving. If you look at someone like this example here, you look at Angela Yo, and you look at Natalia Cuejo. One thing with Natalia, she has that smaller, crazy small waist, great conditioning. Angela's about that same, but she does have a little bit issue with her waist because of thick waistline because for all the years of powerlifting.
Hmm.
And you look at
Exactly.
how divisions have evolved. You compare it to like people like Sharonica, to Natalia, and to Sarah. I mean, and then you look at someone like this is an example. Anastasia Korbaleva.
Yeah.
She's a beast. She's huge.
Yes. He's huge. He's huge. She's huge, and she's amazing. Yeah, she's just big. Right. And so yeah, every structure is different, and that's why I said every physique is unique. and you gotta just without comparisons in the moment that you are preparing for the show, just working what you see in the mirror and create the best version that you have in front of you that is in the mirror. But then of course during the show there are going to be comparisons because that's the bodybuilding. And just be happy what you bring and be satisfied with what you bring, uh, even though that always you can do it better and better.
Yeah. Here's compliment no dose. He says this. Sasa Dodo says, "What is her dream that did not come true, and someday maybe it will?"
Qualify to the Olympia,
You see, that's
definitely. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. You and your husband had a good time there in Vancouver. I want to ask you just especially, yeah, in another country, especially just finish your last show. And what did y'all, as my half life says, what was that thing that made you stranger and make you stronger? What is that thing you got to finally get to eat, Gabriella? What was that thing that was it was calling you? That thing that was making your mouth water?
To eat, well, I really love meat. I love red meat. I love a very good and big cut of red meat. I love that. And with maybe potato or I like fries. Basically, I like fries, but if not like this kind of potato that is double. I don't know if all the restaurants has that, but there is one here very close to us, and I love that potato that is like with cream inside and
Fully
all those
loaded.
species. Yeah, and I love that. Yeah, that's my favorite meal, or a big burger. A big burger. Last year, no, 2 years ago when we went to Toronto, the coach that time told me to eat two burgers before the show, then the night before the show. So I ate two big burgers like that, and I couldn't believe that I really ate both. And I was like, oh yeah, I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my favorite, definitely.
Yeah, I know, especially after that long prep, and especially if you're coach, you can have a couple of burgers, Gabby, you be all right, you be fine, because this the thing is, it's food is I will well from my conversation with some ladies, food is one part of the process. It's an important part of it, and also your training, your dieting, everything comes with it, because and the consistency, and then again the commitment, the passion to drive to be a bodybuilder and to be a woman in this sport where everybody pays attention to the men because they're the guys who get a lot of attention. You ladies, you have to present both femininity and muscularity. You're walking a thin line that is hard for a woman to do.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard for us to do because well, I will say this way because our hormones or the hormones that we have biologically, and when we do bodybuilding, when we go to that hard diet, and when we put our body fat percentage so low, that's not natural for a woman. For a woman that has a period every month, that is the reason of the period every month is because in some point of your life the biology said, oh, you are a woman, and in some point of your life you are going to be able to be have a baby, so you need all this fat, and you that may happen every month of your life. So you need all this amount of fat in your body to handle your hormones and everything. Let's say in the normal case, um, and so when you go against that, against your biology, because you want to put that fat so low to and and also to build that muscularity, that's not natural, and that's exactly the hard work of women's bodybuilding.
Yeah, we have a comment from here, my man. I think he's really asking, says, when you talk about the condition, what is that really mean? I mean, difference between judges type of conditions and women's bodybuilder and conditions, because women and men bodybuilders and judges have, he said like this, different types of conditioning. That thing is because women and men are different. Men can put on muscle a lot easier than women can, because we don't have a higher BMI as women, because women carry our babies. They carry more fat in their breasts, their hips, their thighs. Men, we are more leaner because of going back to ancient times where we were the hunters. We go out there, we go hunting. We needed to move. We needed muscles. We need our fast twitching muscles. We chased after heavy game.
Hmm.
We had to be
Yeah.
leaner and stronger. Women, you were home, you were back at the huts, you were warming the fires, cleaning the skins, raising the babies, breastfeeding. We do have nipples, yes, we do have nipples, but there's nothing come out of this. So, I see a video where this little baby climbing on his daddy and started saying, "Hey, don't come out of that," because they don't care. They didn't care the difference,
Yeah,
because
yeah, it's
yeah,
true.
yeah,
Yeah, but I want to add something like the condition is because sometimes people ask me to the same question. The condition is the level of shredness. Is that correct to say? Like how
shredding.
shred you are. How shred you are. That's in bodybuilding. We call that condition. Like how much, how low is your body fat percentage, and how much muscle you can see clear, and how much striations. For example, you have there are men that has a great condition. Of course, but there are women that also has a great condition, and for being a woman, that's, I don't know how to explain. I don't know how to, as you said, men are already built for that, right? But women, we are all the opposite. And then when we get the point to have the condition uh, that hard, that's big. That's a big effort for a woman.
Yeah, because it takes a lot of time. Because you know what, it's like we get that really paper thin skin. We can see the striations in the glutes and in the you see the vascularity in the arms and the shoulders. You
Yeah.
know,
Hmm.
you want that nice pop. You want that nice granulateness of body of being a bodybuilder, especially the woman. But it takes a lot of time. You also it's pretty much like a science being a
Oh
bodybuilder.
yeah, it is definitely, and on top of having all that vascularity, condition, striations, separations in the glutes and so, you have to have feminine, right? You posing very flowing, get the makeup, get the hair, and everything beautiful. Um, so we gotta have everything together on
Yeah.
stage.
Yeah, it's come together of a beautiful combination of muscle and femininity, and and it's a hard it's a like this. I say body is like that. It's like this the Peace Corps. Remember this, the Peace Corps. It's the toughest job you ever love. You have to love what y'all women do.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, very well said. Yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
Yeah. So, folks, we're not going to hold her too much longer. She's a busy woman. She got things to do. She got a kid at home. She got a man to take care of. So, he takes care of her. I think we got here one more last question from a man, Nados. It says, so what the judges really expecting from women to be very muscular, to be feminine? Yeah. But like I said, it's hard, especially when ladies take performance enhancers. There's some women in figure right now who look not as feminine compared to others. I'm seeing girls bikini who are very, very dialed in. They look like maybe when women bodybuilding first came out. They even maybe bigger than some women, early women bodybuilders. But it's about understanding what's the factors is when you compete as a woman in this sport, how you want to present yourself. If you feel like you like to be like, say, you ladies get your hair done, you get your makeup done, you got your nice suits, you want to look very pretty, and then you have people out there making like she looks like a man, and then you tell guys like, if you like watching women with muscle, you're gay. But what
Yeah, I don't understand what's the point
what
of
I
that,
mean,
but
if I go to a show and I see you on stage, I mean, it's not like I'm looking at a woman. I'm not looking. It's not like if I go, if I go and hoot and holler at guys like, um, Andrew Jack or Nick Walker, I might be a bit gay. I respect them but they don't really get my, me excited because again, I am a muscle person. Oh, y'all ladies, y'all are, and I want to respectfully say to you, Gabby, since you are a married woman, you are beautiful, and that's why I like to watch you ladies because you excite me. You just something, magnificent. Yeah, he had to come out and say hello.
Thank you so much. Thank you
No,
so
man,
much.
you don't need to thank me because this is why I do this. Reach out people like yourself and to share y'all stories and hear y'all passion. But
Yeah.
like I said, we're not gonna hold much too longer. I know she's a busy lady. She was just we were supposed to do this earlier this week, but circumstances happened, so things had to change. She has clients, she had this, she had that, but she took the time out to talk with me. Today is the birthday of a friend of ours, Lori. It's her
Oh
birthday today.
yeah, today is Lori's birthday. I'm going to send her a text with congratulating her. She's an amazing woman. She's an amazing partner. We have had some workouts together. Lately, I got more like busier than before, and I couldn't have I have not joined her in the workouts, but she's amazing. She's so beautiful human being, and I really appreciate her, and I love her, guys. It's a hard worker also. It's a hard worker bodybuilder, definitely.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm got to make a little video for her for her birthday. I'm gonna post it on my IG. Also, I always sent her a little thing to say happy birthday because I got a number. I sent it to her. She loved it. I don't know if she's gonna compete this year or not. I mean, we had I think last time she competed was when y'all both did the Grand Prix together, and that was in
Yeah,
2024. God, I can't believe 2020. Yes, time is flying
2024.
by.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Time is flying by.
I
We got
think
this.
she's going to compete this year. I think so, but you ask her. You ask her.
She might, like I said again, she lives in the West Coast. She lives in California. You might see it in Steve Carr because that's a great show. Shout out to that promoter. I would say more ladies go to that show, especially for you ladies out in the West. That's a great show for you. It's after Olympia, especially if you did the
Yeah.
Olympia. That's a great
Hmm.
show to do afterwards because it was think when they did it last year it was just maybe 2 weeks after Olympia. That's why Ashley did it. She looked really good. Shout out to Ashley. Now she's both number 2 in the world in women's bodybuilding. And come in here and win the show like Steve Carr's show. Um, this is
Yeah.
from my man Nardo says, I can't wait for hear you, George, to be funny again. You and your comments. Thank you. He says, ha ha ha. And also he wants to say one more thing. He says, Happy Easter to
Oh,
all of
happy
you.
Easter, everyone.
Happy
Happy
Easter to
Easter.
you. So before we let you go, what would you want out of this year for yourself now that you are now a sponsored athlete?
In terms of bodybuilding, well, I want that qualification for the Olympia, of course. I will love that. That's my goal in terms of bodybuilding. Um, I also would love to create a good relationship with Team for Pro, with Gina, with Hele, and with Irene because they are people that I admire, that I think we understand very well each other, and just create a good community with them and with everybody. And in my personal terms, my what I want this year is to continue supporting my daughter in swimming, continue building a good marriage with my husband, and also build my business. That's one of my priorities too. That's so. And I'm doing well now, but we gotta scale it.
Yeah. Take time. Like I said, don't rush it. Like I said, you want to heal also. You get the issue with your knees. Take that time. Make good connections, and also savor those relationships you have gained with your clients and also with your husband and your child. Those are the most important things. Bodybuilding will always be here. It's not going anywhere time soon, even though they
Yeah,
talk
that,
about the women's bodybuilding division getting lost. But as long as you have people like Jake Wood, I always want to shout out, yo, Jake, I
yeah,
want that
yeah, yeah.
money. I want
That's
that
true.
done. He's still giving y'all ladies a chance to fight to stay in the sport. People like Andrea, what she's doing.